Now, when Morten Gamst came here, he was a top player in Norway under Mark Hughes, who was suddenly put on a fitness regime. In Norway, he was super fit. When he came here, he wasn't fit enough. So you've got to say, and I know Gamst very good, and he said he got a shock. He got a shock at just how much fitness he needed for a top game in the Premier League. He just couldn't handle it for a while. And then he just came, and you got good games out of him. And he was a good player in Norway. Excellent player in Norway. But I say to the boys, this is only the start. The big world's out there. To prepare to come there, you've got to work hard. And they just don't think that. They think they can make it. And if you look at a lot of young Norwegians that go out, how many of them have really made it at top level in top teams? Not many. Not many. Not in the last 15 years. Maybe Jon Arne Riise, the left back who was at Liverpool and Fulham, Roma. I mean, he's only played at top level, you know, so you give him the credit. But he had a mental attitude where his fitness was his gift, and his left foot was magnificent in 5 years. You know, I'd say you've got to have something very, very special to be a first-team player, and something even more special when you become a international player.
Do you think the country's at a disadvantage though because of its climate, and does it limit the opportunity to get out and play on proper surfaces, or do they make compensation for that?
You know, the game's changed in the last 15 years with synthetic grasses, and Norway, Finland, Iceland have played on synthetic grass pitches for 15 years or more. So the new generation that's coming in now, think about it, they're in front because they're used to that type of thing, and they wet it. You know, and the ball does zip, it does move, and it gives you a much better appreciation of how to deal with it. But the biggest thing is when they come out and want to be matched, everybody wants to come to England. You know, all the kids want to trial with English clubs, and I say, why? There's just something about it, you know, a competitiveness. There's a thing that's going around now. How do you make winners? We're very good at making number twos. Number twos don't win anything. You know, to be a number one, you've got to be a devil. And to stay number one, you've got to remain the devil. And all top players. I said to you, we had a player who played at Chelsea, Erland Johnsen, centre half, played in Germany as well before he went to Chelsea. A brute of a player. A man mountain, very quick, solid as a rock, good tackler, good in the air. And I asked him, because he came from Moss, where I live, and he came to train with Moss in the summertime, many, many years ago. And I said, why don't you move clubs? I'll not say, I'll show you what he did.
Yeah.
And I thought, I couldn't do that. I couldn't just sit on my Arias and take the wages home. Because the thing about being involved in football, he's there. You want to be there, don't you? You know, and as long as you can get on the green grass, you take every game that's thrown at you. Because one day, it's gone, and you can't bring it back. We'd love to. And we sit and reminisce, and we say, oh, can you remember that one? Oh, you know, great memories. But being there, being able to have done it, is a big thing. You know, and I once remember I played at Sheffield United against Birmingham in the first division. Oh, I had a stinker. It weren't the best day I'd had at work. And you know, when you're having a bad day, you always pick out the one voice. Out of 20,000, you pick out the one that doesn't like you. It's amazing. You can try it anywhere. And I remember I come by the dugout, sliding tackle, slid into the manager at the side, and I heard this voice. About 2 minutes to go. And I thought, I've had enough of this. I took off my shoes, boots. Come here. If you can do any better, get out there and do it. If you can't, keep it quiet. And the gaffer says, where's Speighty? He said, oh, he's just give his boots to somebody in the crowd. And the guy went, oh, sorry. And I thought, oh, So after the game, we came out of the dressing room door into Cherry Street, and this guy stood there. It was a mountain. He didn't look that big where I was. A mountain of a guy. He said, I'm awfully sorry. He said, I didn't mean to put you off. I said, no, I don't. You know what's best? I'm that bad, but you were paying to watch me.
Fantastic.
And he just started laughing. And about 2 months ago, he died, the chap, poor chap, and his son rang me, who's a Blade supporter. He said, where are you now? I said, well, I'm coming into Bramall Lane in a couple of days. He said, I've still got them boots you gave me, Dad. And I thought, brilliant, after 25 years, absolutely brilliant. And that's football for you, you know. Everybody's got good memories and bad memories.
Indeed, I hope the crowd here never gave you the same sort of flack, though, did they?
No, the crowd here took to me, I think, very well. You know, I was an honest player. And that's what I try to give back to them. They pay their money, you know, and they demand the sweat, the blood, sweat and tears. And that's what I delivered, I think. And I said to Darren earlier today, apart from the keeper, I played every position in 1 year here. And you know, I got the greatest compliment from Howard when he bought me. I asked him why he bought me when he could have chosen. He said, no, I bought the best plumber in this division. And I realised what he meant because I played all over the place. But he realised there and then he could stop this, he could stop that. But you always want a thought to play where you want to play, you know? And he'd got that job. That was his position. And I just said to him the day I signed, I said, you'll not be playing long. And he just left. Said, what do you mean? I said, you'll not be playing long. And he disappeared. And he was good for me. But what a fantastic player he was. Unbelievable. You know, I played against him when he was coming towards the end of his career with Everton and Stoke. And I've never played with or against a player that played for 1 or 2 touches. And really was angry if he used 3. You know, and he opened my eyes and gave me 1 or 2 little tips in the first year I was here. I wish I'd have got them tips when I was 16 years of age, but we didn't have coaches then. The coaches we had was the teammate that coached you to be a better player.
Yeah.
And I think we missed that today, because I see, if you see Ronald Koeman, he's gone out in the papers today with his earphones, hasn't he? He's told the players they've got to start to communicate because they don't talk football. It's stupid, isn't it? But, you know, what is it we do every day? We can't listen to it, me 50 cents going through your ears. You know, you've got to talk football, you've got to discuss the game with your fellow teammates. And what's the first person you meet outside wants to know? Are you going to win at the weekend? He said, football, he just breeds it.